Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? It's a jungle out here, boys. It's an absolute jungle. Shit is getting crazy. I was, this morning, I came across this clip of, anti-ICE protesters going, like, I mean, it's so crazy. This is the world we're in, that the left is now dropping N-bombs on black people in the name of social justice. What the fuck is happening, bro? The world is lost its mind, man. And then we got Rogan talking with Benz about the Epstein stuff. We just got a lot of shit to go through. We'll catch up because I missed a couple days. We got news to catch up on. Hope everybody's doing good. How's everybody doing in the chat? Howdy, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a great Monday. Yeah, we're here. We're not queer, and we have no fear. I watched a 5-hour film on the French Revolution over the last couple days, and it's really changed my whole worldview of life and reality. It's crazy. I mean, the amount of synchronicities between what's going on, what now, and like what happened in the French Revolution. It's not an exact 1-to-1, but I could see something like that happening in this country, man. And the way we're headed, it could get really ugly. But let's pull this up. This is a clip from, I think Kim Katie USA originally posted it. But this is in Minnesota. And it's a bunch of woke types doing what they do so well, which is harassing and stalking ICE in the streets. But then the mask starts to slip with these guys. Watch how they treat this. By the way,
fucking predators.
This proud black man who is doing nothing but serving his country. By the way, and this is how he's treated by these racist leftists, dude. Watch this. This is insane.
Fucking predators. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking wait for me. Fucking predator. Back up. Fuck you. Back up. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, we've seen what they've done a few times already.
Fuck you. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I don't have a gun, bitch.
All right, so here's where the clip starts. Okay. Here's this based black fucking alpha male serving his country, and we should all be thankful for this guy serving his country. And this is how the left treats him. And by the way, we always knew the left was racist. I guess they're just not hiding it anymore.
Yeah, families should be ripped apart by final energy. What? Like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Uh-oh. I mean, it's a legitimate question. I don't think there's anything wrong with that question. I mean, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell, and it shouldn't be improper to ask and seek clarification of someone's gender. I don't think that should be a problem.
Wow, is that a question?
Yes, it is. It's a legitimate question, and you should answer it.
Wow. Okay. How do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good? Fucking house.
Do you hear that? That was a hard ER, bro. By the way, I'm condemning this. I am playing this to condemn this because I am 100% not for racism. I actually have like old school Republican ideals, which is all people should be treated equal under the law and should not be fucking. They should not be treated like this. I mean, this is old school Democrat shit. You know, people don't realize the Democrats have always been racist, but then they realized they could play a very sophisticated game of pitting their enemies, or making their enemies out to be racist.
Wilson 760 super
What's up,
chatted
Andrew?
$5. Why is that protester hiding his face? Is he ashamed of what H is doing?
Yeah.
Lol.
Show your face, bro. Yeah, I mean, the rules only apply to you. They don't apply to them, right? Like, we can't be racist. Like, if this was a right-wing guy doing this to a black man, it would be headline news all day long.
At Spocko2181 super chatted $4.99. This tracks with the behavior I've seen in person from progressives.
Thank you, Spocko. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, it's also part of their ideology. It tracks with their ideology too, because their ideology is like they see race in everything, and like they treat black people as like they're inferior and they need a helping hand rather than, hey, we're all the same, no one needs a helping hand. We're all humans. We're all capable of doing it. But they treat black people like they're lesser than, and like white people are superior. So like we have to use our privilege to help the poor black. It's all racist ideology when you really sink your teeth into it. It's not the Martin Luther King dream of like, hey, we're all created equal under God, and the law should treat everybody equally, and there should be no discrimination, segregation, etc. It's the exact opposite of that. It's, yes, there should be segregation. Black people are so dumb we can't even have voter ID because they can't figure that out. And it's that black people get so pissed off. By the way, we'll talk a little bit about the SAVE Act. And I do support the SAVE Act. I believe, as I've said a million times on here, the corruption in our country is the number one problem that has to be solved in order to solve every other problem. And fixing elections, ensuring that like our elected class actually has to behave in a way that matters come election time. Because you think about it, if you've cornered the elections and you're going to get your team elected, no matter what, no matter how shitty it is, no matter how much you destroy the city, no matter how much you tax and how many homeless people are shitting on the streets, it doesn't matter because votes don't matter. You're going to win the election anyway. So like restoring like accountability for elected officials to actually have to win support to win office, that's a big step in fixing the corruption. So I 100% support the SAVE Act, and I support doing whatever means necessary to get the SAVE Act passed. I mean, election security should be like huge. I don't see why anybody would have a problem with like upping election security and ensuring there's no way that elections can be cheated. And if that takes IDs, if that takes opening up offices in every major population center where people can go in person to register, in person to prove their citizenship, and just making it harder to vote, I'm all down for that. I don't care. Make it harder to vote if that makes it fucking 100%, like if it improves the election security and we can all stop. And I mean, the left should be for it too, because aren't you sick of the right claiming that every election is stolen? Well, if you get rid of all of these fucking shitty, you improve the security of the election, the right's probably not going to complain if they lose if you have voter ID and we can prove no illegals are voting and we yada, yada, yada. So I'm all for the SAVE Act. But let's get back to this. Let's get back to the left showing who they really are. Guys, any left-wingers watching this, this is your side, bro. This is the side you took. Do you support this? Do you support this kind of behavior? Do you support racism against black men? Outstanding black men who serve our country, by the way? Is this what you support?
Sir, I need to move. Like a house nigga working for the fucking KKK.
Bro. Okay, so I've seen some confusion. And I think I can clear it up as to who is doing this, who's calling him a house, you know what? I can 100% condemn that. They're saying it's the trans person. I don't think it is.
What the fuck's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a woman a man?
Why are you calling a black person out? It's so weird. They can get away with it. They do it, and there's nobody, very few people talking about it. It's not a news item. I guarantee you reverse it, and this is a MAGA crowd doing this, it would be all over the news, dude. You'd be seeing it in your timeline for weeks, dude.
I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Fucking house nigga, bitch.
There it is, 3 times. Okay, so people think it's this guy or girl, this person, this they them. I don't think it is. I don't think it's. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'd love for it to be this white they them. Okay. I think it's the only black guy in the crowd. I don't think it makes it better because it's a black guy, to be honest. Because it's a black guy who's like one black guy among a sea of white people, and then you're gonna start hurling like. I don't think it makes it better that it's a black guy, but I do think it's a black guy. Watch, I'll show you who I think was the one who said it. Raymond, what's up, buddy?
3 super chatted $2. When it forwards their cause, they support it.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Yeah, it's all about the revolution. Truth doesn't matter, dude. It's just like the French Revolution, bro. Truth went out the window. At least those people were like kind of hungry. I think the idea that they were starving to death is a little overplayed in history. There was like a lack of food. There was bread shortages and all that, but like the actual numbers of people who starved to death, it's not very much. And it's all just, I think the French Revolution, they were really inspired by the American Revolution. They wanted their own little fucking thing. They're like, we got to do like the Americans. And then, it was all lies. And this is the world we live in now, where truth doesn't matter. You will make up and spin anything any way you want just to like achieve a political victory. Thank you for the super chat, family. By the way, yeah, smash the thumbs up, guys. Links are in the description if you want to support the show. Super chats are appreciated and they help support the show. But yeah, again, attacking ICE vehicles. Yeah, so I think it was this guy. All right. So a lot of people are running with it was white. I think it was this guy. I mean, it most likely was the only black guy in the crowd. And that's typical black leftist behavior. Where as soon as they find a black guy that's on the right or just not agreeing with the leftist worldview, they start getting really racist against their fellow blacks. Now, I can't confirm that it's this guy, but I would be willing to bet that this is the guy who said it. But yeah, you're really making your side look great there, buddy. You're really making him look great. And what a surprise, the black one is being racist. What a surprise. They're allowed to be racist. They're incapable of racism. Okay? It's not possible. I forgot the whole worldview of the left is theirs. Black people are incapable of being racist. Did he have a Hitler stash? It's almost a Hitler. I mean, dude, you guys hanging out with black Nazis now? Would you guys get this from the Kanye West photo shoot, the video shoot, where they shot the music video? Did you get them from there? It's kind of it's not a full-on Hitler, but it's partial Hitler. The partial Hitler stash. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? These people have lost their fucking minds, man. This should be headline news, dude. Should be headline news. Anti-ICE protesters attack black man with viral racial threats, but no, here's another one. You're black. I think this one's actually a white lady. I've heard them. Look, I've watched enough of these protests and shit. I've heard these white anti-racist, liberal, progressive commie types. I've heard them get very homophobic and very racist plenty of times. So it's almost like they don't believe in the things that they preach, right?
What? Nigga, you're black! Nigga, you're next! You're next, nigga!
Okay, that's definitely a white woman. And where's Barack Obama condemning this? Where's Al Sharpton coming out and condemning this blatant racism against a proud black American who does not deserve to live in a world where the N-word is hurled at him as he's serving his country? Where's the call for fucking... No, it's okay. It's okay if the left does it. The left does it, it's fine. It's fine. The left can be racist. The left could literally start, relaunch the KKK and start lynching people in the name of social justice. And that'd be okay too, right?
I don't want shit! Fuck you! It's a shit! Fuck you! Show me, bitch! Fuck!
Another one who wants to be shot too. Isn't that interesting? A lot of them seem to want to become martyrs.
You mean to tell me during Black History Month?
Dude, I didn't even realize it's Black History Month, bro. Y'all are doing this on Black History Month? You're going around shouting N-words at black guys because they have the wrong politics? I mean, that's very KKK-like. It's absolutely KKK-like. People like to forget that the KKK mostly targeted Republican, black Republicans. A lot of people don't know their history, but the Republican Party, remember, it freed the slaves. And then a bunch of freed slaves joined the Republican Party. And the Republican Party in Texas was started by majority black people. Oh, and then the Democrats didn't like that, so they started the KKK. And they went around lynching black Republicans. They didn't lynch black Democrats. I'm sure there's probably somewhere in history, but mostly it was political. It was trying to stop black people from having political power under the Republican Party. Looks like a return to that to me.
You fucking idiots are letting white people call you nigga. Leftists supporting illegal immigrants. Y'all are walking around letting them call y'all nigga. Well, I tell you, the left gets funnier and funnier every day. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, happy Black. By the way, I forgot. Happy Black History Month, guys. And also Martin Luther King Day. I think that was what, last week or something. Anyway, happy Black History Month.
From the left. If you're a member of ICE and you have brown skin like mine, you're a nigga. Or worse. I thought y'all didn't like when they called you that. Now, while the word means nothing to me, it is hilarious to
Based. Totally based.
a white liberal spewing such vitriol and hate. It reminds me of when they started the Klan.
Dude, yeah.
Skedaddle.
Bro, I love it when like black people actually know history. I wonder like the shock of like a black person who's raised in like woke ideology, and then they read a non-woke history book and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Actually, the Republicans freed the slaves. Actually, the Republicans are the ones that push civil rights. Actually, whoa, the Democrat Party was, I mean, it's like, it must be mind-blowing to realize like everything you've been taught is complete bullshit. Oh, man. But yeah, I like this guy. Who's this? John Paul King? Yeah, he's a king, dude. Father, Black American, Trump 28. Yeah, he's a true king. Some of them were kings. No doubt about it. Here's another one. Been warning y'all about troons for years. Apologies for the gimbal issues. So this is a guy who I think he thinks it's the they, them that said it. I wish it was, bro. I wish it was. But I don't think it's, we could watch it again and try to tell closer, but I don't think it was the they, them. I think it was the black dude. Here, let's watch it again. I think you can pretty much tell it wasn't the they, them.
Wow.
Wow, is that a question?
Wow.
Okay. How do you feel about ripping people from their families?
So you can hear the voice. It's a very they, them voice, right? Listen to that voice.
Does that feel good? Fucking house nigga.
And then the guy is behind the camera is the one who's saying the N-word.
Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga working for the fucking KKK. What the fuck's wrong with you people?
Exactly. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I mean, this must be such an eye-opening experience, bro. This guy is never going to vote for the left again. It's like, dude, these people are fucking insane. What is wrong with these people? Exactly, bro.
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Fucking house nigga, bitch.
See, they're thinking it's this guy that said it, right? And you know, the fact that he's wearing a mask makes it where you can believe he said it right there, but he didn't. We've heard him. This it's not the they them voice that said it. It's this guy, this black guy right here. Okay, I just want to set the record straight because I do, unlike so many of these other people that are involved in this political blood sports, I do care about truth. And the truth is, the left is very fucking racist. And their policies are very racist as well. Discriminatory. Yeah, so it was this guy.
At Spocko
What's up, Spocko?
2181 super chatted $4.99. Demand for Nazism is exceeding supply. So the left has to make their own. They're good at it too.
Yeah, dude. That is kind of funny. I like how you got by the censor by changing racism with a Z. See, that's creative super chatting right there, Spocko. You deserve an award for that. Because people complain all the time, like, man, it's blocking my super chats. You got to get creative. You got to reinvent the way you spell words and stuff. Thank you, Spocko. So yeah, it was this guy. It's the typical, you know, black leftist who wants to like racially attack any black person. And I think that's racist as well, because there are different types of black people, right? Black people can be racist against black people. And this is an example of it. And the fact that the crowd of white people here didn't say, whoa, as soon as that word came out, didn't go, whoa, that's too far, bro. Stop it. Stop. We don't want to be associated with that. No, they're fine. They're in their little mob. They're going to keep attacking and throwing things. I mean, this looks like a scene out of like the 1930s, bro. And then he calls him the house N. Bro, What world are we living in? Happy, once again, happy Black History Month. I love black people, by the way. I love smart, intelligent black men. That sounds like I don't like to have sex with them or anything. I'm not saying that. But smart, intelligent black men, I'm telling you, because the left has put themselves in this situation where they have to listen to black people because of, I don't know, power balancers or whatever. It kind of puts them in a bind when smart black men don't fall for their bullshit and call them out.
Violently misogynistic, egregiously.
You're right. Misgendering is more offensive. S terminus. That's what they'll focus on. They'll focus on actually the misgendering. Like they'll cut all the N words out and they'll just focus on that he asked whether if you were a man. That was the worst part. Like, no, look, it can be a little confusing sometimes. And I don't think that's problematic for someone to, want to verify what your gender is. It's a simple question.
Homophobic and hideously racist.
So he's talking about the they thems. I think they're just mostly look, God bless them. I wish them the best. I want happiness, health and happiness and peace for everybody, regardless of whatever you identify as. But there is a kind of underlying mental disorder at the heart of all this, in my opinion.
I have been saying this about the left's favorite social movement for many, many years. I have been saying this since before it was cool to do so. I have been warning leftists, I've been warning feminists, I've been warning Democrats. I have told people that this movement, the gender cult, was going to eventually show their true colors. But I especially warned black folk that they were the most racist out of all the many flavors of leftism. In case you don't know what I'm referring to, I am referring to a video that surfaced this morning of a black ICE officer, a black federal agent.
Look. I know reality, if you really watch, it appears to be another black man calling him that. But from this point on, I'm just going to pretend it was a they, them. Because why do I have to play under like these rules where I have to be honest and I don't want to like misrepresent reality when the side that wants me dead never does. So yeah, it was a they, them. It was a white they, them who said it. And, it needs to be condemned. It needs to be condemned by the leftist community of people who claim to care about shit like this.
Who was accosted by one of these gender fruitcakes, and the second that this thing was quote unquote misgendered, decided to go on a full-blown tirade. And in this exchange, as this black man,
somebody brought up Malcolm X. Yeah, Malcolm X was absolutely right. Smart people can recognize when they're being manipulated, and that's all it is manipulation and trying to use black people for their votes when they actually fucking. Again, it was like 20 years before they were running around in fucking Ku Klux Klan hoods, lynching black dudes, and then 20 years later, they're pretending like they're your best friend. Like, oh, we're going to give you welfare. Yeah, that worked out real great.
And was going to his car, got called a nigger a couple of times. Nigger, like hard R, not nigga, right? Not like, you in the hood. Not like he one of the boys, no. He got called a hard R N-word in that exchange. Now I'm gonna tell you something, right? I don't know if it was, there's some dispute as to whether or not it was the actual troon in question that called the man, that called this black federal agent a nigga. And to be quite honest, I don't care.
God, Bigfoot stepping. You're fucking retarded, bro. You're retarded. You don't know history, or you're believing a false version of history, Bigfoot. God bless you.
Because if it was that one token ass nigga that was there, that opens up a whole other can of worms when it comes to a theory that I've had. Because see, white liberals, when...
Yeah, he is out of breath, but it's also cold out there, okay? Look, I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to go to dinner with this guy because I imagine he knows all the best spots to eat, okay? And I like to eat good too. And I guarantee you this gentleman is eating very well.
They team up with these black leftists. See, I've always told this, white people don't do anything that black people don't give permission to. I've said this for years too. And if one of these troons, if one of these gender berserkers did in fact call that man a nigga, then I'm telling you, then it proves my entire point. It proves my entire point. Call him a sellout, a coon, a race traitor, and all the rest. Because see, they figure, well, if our blacks do it, then they won't mind if we do it. I've said this for years. I've said this for many years. I have been warning Democrats. I've been warning people. I've told y'all this is not the way that you want to operate. And so now that you have decided that, and this is terrible, right? Because see, there's a lot going on. We're day 3 into Black History Month, and
I mean, that's the cherry on the top. You're going to do this. You're going to attack this black man who's probably an outstanding family man who's, I mean, look, aren't we supposed to support the troops? I mean, he's serving his country, bro. And then on Black History Month, you're going to do that? I mean, that's just, it's shameful. It's completely shameful.
A CNN poll comes out today that shows 76% of black people polled are in support of voter ID.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, right? That's something. I mean, if they do get this SAFE Act through, Americans overwhelmingly want to secure elections. Americans overwhelmingly, even the ones who are like maybe on the fence, feel like something fucking fucked up happened in 2020. And then if you're just a thinking man and you look at all these failed Democrat cities that are rotting away, their populations are fleeing in fucking terror and they're having to bring in third world fucking slave people in order to replace them. Like, you look at that and you go, why are these people still in charge? How have they managed to do nothing but destroy the livelihood of their citizens for the last 30 plus fucking years? And the citizens never go, hey, let me try something else. Like, it just doesn't pass the common sense sniff test there, dude.
But yet, and that's the thing. It's like you've got black folk who are normally in that 90th.
Bigfoot stepping. KKK was founded in Pulaski, Tennessee in late 1865 by former Confederate veterans. Interesting. Those Democrat Confederates, right? Definitely started by the Republican Party, right? Oh, because the South was Republicans, right? During the Civil War, right? It was the Republicans who fought for slavery, right? Go look up it's out there. Go look up the the documents still exist. Go look up who established the Republican Party in Texas. Go look at that. Come on, man. Know your history. You clearly don't know your history, or you know your history from slanted points of view that are just like, oh, and what happened to the party switch? So you're saying they were Republicans because the party switched? Is that what you're saying? Like, what weird logic are you applying here, brother?
percentile, right? We're always the ones that vote for these people, right? Incessantly. You got Chuck Schumer, the senior senator of New York, talking about voter ID is a callback to white supremacy.
Yeah, you know your history. You don't know the history. You know your made-up version of history, Bigfoot stepping.
And Jim
God
Crow.
bless you.
They want to evoke the whole
You don't step on any Bigfoots, okay?
poll tax,
All right, no stepping on
memories
Bigfoots.
and shit like that. Typical of a
Oh, the party switch. All right.
white man to want to speak for black folk. But it's even worse when it's white liberals, white Democrats using black pain, right, to give voting rights to illegal aliens who aren't even supposed to be here. I want y'all to really think about this shit, folks.
I'm thinking, brother.
There is a reason why the only black people who are left, who are gonna end up in the Democrat Party, there's a reason that all the gays and all the mentally ill motherfuckers are gonna be the only ones left in that party. I keep telling you, there is a reason for all of this. There's a reason why you got lost causes like this fuck-ass K-Hive. That's all. They're the only ones left. They're the only ones left who are standing up for quote-unquote Democrat values. Because, see, they chased out the black men a long time ago. I have so many artifacts of history over the last 4 years where I've been telling people that, man.
Yeah, they switched. They did a trade, bro. It's like in sports. They were like, you know what? We're going to trade 20 Democrats for 20 Republicans, and we're going to trade. We're going to finalize the deal. It doesn't change the facts, bro. You guys can make up whatever you want to try to manipulate reality. The Republicans freed the slaves. The Republicans were pro-civil rights. The Republicans ran on equality, not being fucking, the law being fair to all peoples. Those were always Republican ideals. The Democrats fucking hated that. They started a war over slavery. And then when black people started gaining political power, they started lynching them in this fucking, to shut that down. And they were Democrats. Oh, but the party switched, guys. One day the parties just switched out of nowhere. You guys, you work so hard to fucking just lie about reality, like, so that like idiots will fall for it and be like, oh, the party switched. Also, actually, it was the Republicans who were for slavery and who were racist. Oh, because the party switched 100 years later. The gender cultists, these. God bless you, Bigfoot stepping. Do me a favor, no more stepping on Bigfoot, okay? All right, no more stepping on Bigfoot.
Troons are the first ones to call black people monkeys. They call black women monkeys all the time. I remember one run-in I had. I had one run-in. Come back here. One run-in. My gimbal's acting stupid again. I had one run-in with someone who said that, well, if we weren't going to recognize...
It was such a great video, bro, and then his gimbal had to go fucking retarded on him. You were doing so good, bro, and then your gimbal had to... I think your gimbal's racist, bro. Your gimbal was like, you're being too based. I don't like this.
If we... Pardon this. If we weren't going to recognize the quote-unquote womanhood of some goddamn man in a dress, then they thought it fair game to call us niggas. They thought it fair game to refer to us in whatever racial slurs that they wanted to. This is what happens when you have an invented minority put together by and financed by Jeffrey Epstein that is primarily full of white men. I've been telling y'all about this for years.
I like this guy. And this is what always happens, man. I mean, again, I'm going to talk about the French Revolution. It all started with wonderful ideals, and it's like they realized they could use the mob. If they rallied the mob, they could get the mob to overthrow the government, which is almost what they're doing now. But then it all goes to shit, bro. It all goes to shit. Eventually, they're going after their own side because we got to get rid of the traitors and somebody. And then it's like, at one point, they were like, we're going to go basically to every citizen and look for proof that you actually supported the revolution. And if you didn't support the revolution hard enough, then you would be locked up and beheaded. They had a fucking guillotine that would just roll up and down the streets of the city, just chopping heads off all day long. That's what it ends up being. It starts with like, yes, we want equality and freedom of speech and freedom of press, and we want to get rid of the monarchy. And then next thing you know, you're just chopping everybody's head off because you just think they may not be on your side enough, It's the way it goes, bro. This is what's so dangerous about the left using mobs. Like, dude, like even if you have the greatest ideals of all time, if you want to use a mob to overthrow things and to take power, that's such a dangerous game to play.
This shit needs to stop. And finally, Elon, it's time to turn off all the whoever's still controlling.
This is Isaiah L. Carter. I follow this dude. This dude's based. I like him.
And that algorithm still very, very much is pro-Troon. If they can call us nigga, if they can call black people the N-word, then we gonna call them every single fucking slur that there is for them fucking weirdos.
Yeah, but the problem is the weirdos still control the algorithms. Somehow they're still in there. I don't know. I guess these social media companies just hired a bunch of woke, And yeah, you'll get banned. Maybe not off X, but you'll get banned off YouTube. You start doing that. But unfortunately, we still live in a very skewed, fucked up time when it comes to social media where the algorithms are gamed. They pick and choose the winners. And the playing field isn't fair. Somebody could be the worst person in the world. They survive. You make one tiny little mistake and you're gone because they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't really care about us. So boy. Bill Gates, is this out of order? I think this is out of order here. Let me see. I think I have this also. Yeah, because Melinda Gates came out and responded to the Bill Gates stuff. And yeah, I mean, look, these people could possibly launch a French Revolution style fucking the terror in this country if they keep doing this. They keep pushing the fucking insane, mentally ill mob into getting violent.
But what is really the major problem in this country today is the fascism in our streets. The attacks on American citizens by masked hoodlums. If you were attacked by a masked person, you might think you were being kidnapped. You'd be justified in shooting the person.
They want more violence, bro. They want more violence because they can weaponize it. It doesn't matter that it's law enforcement. It doesn't matter who escalates it to that position. They can just fucking make up a reality around it and paint the Gestapo mask-wearing ICE agent to be a bad guy. They want more people shot. I really do think that's what they want, so they can weaponize it politically.
To protect yourself. But what is really the major problem?
And this guy is probably, to me, Nadler, one of the most despicable pieces of shit in government. And he just looks like an evil character. He looks evil. And he behaves evil. And he's going to get more people killed. He's going to get more fucking people killed. An update on the daycare fraud in Ohio. 5,000 daycares in Ohio, 67 fraudsters were charged in 2025 alone. $8.5 million stolen. 3 stole over $1 million each. One facility claimed 100 home-delivered meals per day just for 4 patients. The total bill, $1.2 million. The thing with proving this is you have to prove that there are days where nobody was there and they still billed the government. If you have just one day, you can prove that there were no kids there and they still billed the government. Like say they claimed they had 30 kids they took care of that day and you can prove no kids were there that day. Like that's all you need. And I think you can prove that if you really look into it, man. Because what they're doing now is like they'll show up and, oh, there's kids here. So that means, okay, so there's 0 days that you billed the government. that you had kids when you didn't? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure we'll find some interesting shit. But the books got stolen, guys. I don't know what happened. They broke in last night and stole all of our books. That's what always happens.
The Attorney General supported a new bill to fight fraud inside publicly funded daycares in Ohio. There are about 5,000 of those in the state. However, I did ask the Attorney General specifically about more concerns on social media surrounding Medicaid and Somali healthcare aides and providers.
I don't know, that animal, was this animal print? What is this, a bunch of lips? That's not a good looking blouse, ma'am. You need to rethink your outfit choices.
Yost would not tell me who his Medicaid fraud unit had indicted or charged this past year. Instead, he told me to check out his website. So I did. And here is what I found. In 2025, the Ohio Attorney General's Medicaid Fraud Control Unit charged or saw the convictions of 67 fraudsters or suspected fraudsters.
You think about it. For every one person that gets caught, there's probably a ton of people who don't get caught. So you could probably times this by 10 or even 100, and you might come close to the actual number of people actually defrauding the government.
Who took more than $8.5 million combined.
And in my opinion, I'm suspicious that the government is not also involved. There aren't politicians that are also part of this money laundering, this thievery of taxpayer dollars. And it wouldn't surprise me if they acted like the cartel does when they send drugs across the border, where they purposely set up people. You deal with, you bring in 1,000 people into the program, and then you're gonna have to you're gonna have to flip on 50 of them, so it looks like you're actually combating it when you're really not. That was always the plan.
3 were found to have stolen more than $1 million. Taxpayer dollars each. And they are Janae Corbett from Dayton. She pleaded guilty last year to stealing multiple identities to open 2 sham behavioral health counseling agencies. She billed Medicaid for $1.5 million and is now serving up to 9 years in prison.
Yeah, the daycare fraud is just the tip of the iceberg. The Medicaid, I mean, dude, there's probably so much. I really wish I had a magic ball that I could just look and see the actual number of dollars that are stolen from the taxpayers every year, because I would imagine it's much more than people think it is.
And then there's Robert Flory. He was a doctor operating Buckeye Health and Research in Columbus and billed Medicaid for more than 4,500 pieces of equipment that he never ordered. Again, taking $1.5 million of your taxpayer dollars. He surrendered his medical license and was sentenced to.
I think the best way to solve this is just to stop giving, no more giving anybody money. If we stop giving people money, right? We stop with all these subsidies for this. Oh, the childcare is so hard. We're going to give subsidies to childcare. And then it ends up just being a big, stop giving money. No more money for anybody. And I guarantee that'll be the end of people stealing taxpayer dollars. Stop, and why don't you just stop taxing us too while you're at it?
2 years in prison. And Terry Cotton.
But people are so stupid. They'll see this and they'll still be like, oh, this should have gone to people who needed it. And they'll still want to give their tax dollars to the government, even seeing the level of fraud and thievery going on here.
She's from Cleveland. She was indicted last year, accused of billing Medicaid for 100 home-delivered meals per day for just 4 patients. The total bill, $1.2 million.
Jesus
now,
Christ,
9
dude.
of last year's 67 suspects that we found
Must
came
be
from
nice.
the Columbus area. However, few had Muslim names, and we could not confirm that any came from the Somali community.
We've got a whole...
Xerox, I've asked that question too. Xerox says, why do daycares need tax dollars again? I don't know. I speculated. I should look this up. Where did it come from? But, Democrats have been talking about childcare for a while. That's been one of their big things, that people need help with childcare. And it's legitimate. Families, the cost for daycare and stuff, it's out there. So I imagine they must have at some point ran on oh, we're going to help families afford daycare. And that was their way of doing it, is just to give subsidies to daycare. And those daycares are supposed to vet their customers and take the daycares are supposed to focus on the hardest customers that are broke and shit, and then provide them with free daycare services. I would imagine that I'm sure it was all sold on like helping families afford daycare. And then that's what it turns into. It's always what it is with the Democrats. This is all they do. You know, again, elections don't matter in a lot of these cities, so they actually don't have to deliver on anything. They just have to play the game during election cycle, promise that they care about you and that they feel your pain and they're going to do these things for you. And then they do nothing but rob the fuck out of you, rinse and repeat. And they can keep doing that because I don't even know how much elections actually matter in a lot of these Democrat strongholds.
Army of citizen journalists out there now that are looking into things and asking questions. And I think that's healthy for our society. What is not healthy is the notion that we can connect dots by supposition and inference and not seek any further proof.
I mean, Xerox, I don't know. I'll look it up in a second, you know, to see what the exact policy was supposed to be there. But yeah, from my understanding, they were given subsidies to daycares to provide services for, you know, the poor community. And yeah, you would imagine they didn't charge people. But really what it looks like is like in a Somali community, you give it to the Somali daycare, they're all in on the grift. So they get all of their friends to come and sign up. And, you know, on paper, it looks like you're taking care of all these kids. But I think some of the ones that have been caught, that's exactly what they were doing. Like they would come and just sign their kids up, but then the kids would never go back for daycare. It's just free money.
Again, fraud concerning daycares in Ohio is leading to new proposed legislation at the State House. However, I've yet to receive any of the lists I requested of daycares that were overpaid.
Xerox says, give the money to the families to help pay for daycare. Here's the thing. If you give people money, it's going to end up with fraud like this every single time. Why do we have to give people money? Why don't we stop taking the money we're taking from them in the first place? How about that? How about like you just go, hey, if you want to run a daycare, tax free. You run a daycare business, we're not going to tax you. Hey, if you're somebody that's earning, I mean, just stop taking money from people and then they can afford more things when you stop taking 10, 20 grand from them a year in taxes. And then you can also probably stop taxing the businesses and then they can afford, to lower their price points. And yeah, fixing the economy, all that helps. But yeah, I don't. Anytime we give money, it's gonna be fraud. It's gonna be stolen. So just, I would prefer stop taking my money, especially me. I barely fucking get by, and I gotta pay the IRS. And it's like, well, okay, where's that money supposed to come from? Like, am I supposed to like become homeless to pay the IRS? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Stop taking people's money, and also just stop giving people money. Just I don't know, maybe like complete tax breaks. But if it was in my world, like everybody pretty much would be paying zero income tax
last year or closed
it would
due
solve
to state
all of
involvement. Once I have that, I will bring it to you. On your side, I'm investigator Lisa Rontola.
Lisa, you need a new outfit, sweetheart. I don't like that outfit. Here's the SAVE Act. The new SAVE Act must be passed into law. Updated version includes voter ID, requires proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote, mandates states to verify citizenship of voters, requires removal of non-citizens from voter rolls, requires states to use available federal and state databases such as those from DHS, SSA, or others to verify citizenship status, imposes penalties, including criminal penalties for election officials who register individuals without the required proof of citizenship. I've heard it also does away with like even voter registration like has to be in person now. You can't do voter registration by mail. I'm all for it. Like, dude, the amount of like security we have on all kinds of stupid shit, and then like, why don't we make the elections like super secure? Super fucking secure. Make signing up to vote, make it a process like going to the DMV where you have to be able to prove, you're there in person. They can see who you are. They can see your documents and you can prove without a shadow of a doubt that you're a citizen. And then boom, you're registered. And then maybe after that, it'll be easier. You don't have to go every year to the DMV or whatever. But I don't know, man. Make shit just fucking super secure, because that's we're never going to fix this country if people's votes don't even fucking matter at the end of the day.
3 weeks, there has been a lot of news under the surface about the SAVE Act. This is a bill to safeguard our elections and require proof of U.S.
Yes.
citizenship before voting, among
Make elections a holiday as well. I agree with that.
other provisions. Now, our conversation on this started with Scott Pressler, who has been calling on Senate Majority Leader John Thune to allow a vote every day since January 1st. Earlier this month, Scott joined me here to make his case.
The American people demand Senate Majority Leader John Thune bring a vote on the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, and let's have proof of citizenship to register to vote. We have this one.
We also need to make it where they've already kind of tried to get this. I think there's a bill about it already, but they need to fix the way we do censuses so that it's only citizens that are counted for for representation matters. Like we can do a census that counts illegals too, but we need a specific census that does not count illegals so that these states can stop gaming the system. Because that's what the whole sanctuary city shit is about at the end of the day. It's about replacing the citizens that are leaving their states, right? Because if they continue to just bleed citizens like they are currently, they're going to lose power. So they have to replace them so that when the census time comes, they don't show too much of a population loss to where they fucking destroy their own ability to win elections again. And yeah, that's another way they're cheating that needs to be fixed.
Moment in history with Donald Trump at the helm, with a trifecta Republican government. I say nuke the gosh darn filibuster, pass law after law after law.
I agree. I know people are scared about that, but I think it has to. There are some things that we really have to get done. Otherwise, this was going to be a waste of time. Fixing elections, that's one of the things, among a million other.
The interview went viral and senators went into action. Senator John Cornyn said he spoke to Leader Thune about the SAVE Act. Senators Katie Britt and Dave McCormick signed on as co-sponsors, and several others, like Rick Scott, ramped up his support publicly. Here is Senator Scott last week.
However we do this.
Dude, Kaylee always been fine, bro. Kaylee, she was wonderful.
All right. Whether it's part of the spending bill this week, whether it's a separate bill, whether we have to stay there, and do a standing filibuster, whatever it's going to take, we got to get this passed. We've got to secure our elections. I can't imagine a Republican senator that would vote against, making sure that you have to have proof of citizenship to register to vote and to vote. Now,
It's such a giveaway that they are cheating elections that they fight election ID this hard. Like, there's no reason you would ever fight having an ID to vote to prove that you're eligible to vote and you're a citizen. There's no way you would fight that so hard and use the race card to try to fight it unless there's some there, you know?
could anybody? I don't know how a Democrat could be against.
Kaylee better all the way, by the way. Look, the new one's not bad, but Kaylee's the GOAT.
Yeah. After that interview came an avalanche of support for the SAVE Act. You see it here. The tally now sits at 49 co-sponsors, and Senate Majority Leader John Thune said this week he will allow a vote.
They are still modifying the bill. It includes right now a requirement that you be a citizen to register to vote, but it doesn't include a requirement that to vote you be a resident. That's being fixed and addressed, and I think the new bill that comes out hopefully will deal with that. But, I mean, at some point we'll have that vote.
Tennessee Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn, who's a co-sponsor, joins me now.
Marsha.
Blackburn, as we look at this, I believe there are either 4 or 5 Republican holdouts, and I'm curious, what's the holdup for some of your Republican colleagues?
Well, I never speak for my colleagues, Kaylee, but I will tell you this. It is important that people be a citizen, that they show proof of citizenship to register and to vote. And in Tennessee, we have been ranked #1 when it comes to safe elections. And we are so proud of our Secretary of State, Trey Hargett, and his team that have been able to put us in that #1 election integrity spot. And when you go to vote in Tennessee, you have to show who you are. These records have to match up. Every state should be certain that only citizens are voting in their elections.
You know, Senator Blackburn, your colleague, Senator Scott, I asked him about eliminating the filibuster because we know that there will be 60 votes that are going to be needed for this, and there are only 54 Republicans. He said that he would be open to maybe a carve out for specific legislation, maybe attaching it to a spending bill, something, because this is that important. Where do you stand?
And one of the things that we have discussed, and Rick Scott, Senator Scott, leads our conservative group, our steering committee in the Senate. And we have talked about maybe we use it for the appropriations bill so you don't get into these shutdown fights. Maybe we review the 1974 Budget Act so that we go about appropriating differently. But here is the point. What you want to do is remove the ability of the Democrats to eliminate a filibuster and run roughshod, be able to pack the Supreme Court, be able to add D.C. and Puerto Rico and Guam as states, making certain that we preserve the integrity of our nation's elections and that we don't federalize.
Is there a world where you could do all this? What if you did? You get rid? Because I understand the fear of getting rid of the filibuster, because then Democrats get in power and then they do whatever the fuck they want to do. But what if? What if actually fixing the filibuster or getting rid of the filibuster allows you to actually fix the election problems in this country? On top of that, fixing the issue with the census and the bullshit of illegals being counted in the census. What if that makes it to where they really don't win again until they fucking come back to being a moderate party? What if that's the nail in the fucking coffin, along with, clamping down on the sanctuary cities? So I don't know, man. I think something like election integrity is enough to do this. The problem is when the Democrats get in, will they just, because they don't have a filibuster to worry about, will they just, make it fucking universal voting? Anybody can vote from their home, fucking vote online. Who knows? But I think if you actually start delivering, and if you can actually start delivering in a way that the people can recognize, like if you can improve their lives, like that'll be big, but if you could actually fix election integrity, that might send your approval rating up. And then, coupled with Democrats being so fucking terrible, that might be the beginning of the end of this current iteration of the Democrat Party that is fucking insane and needs to go away.
Elections, but it is your state and your local election commissions that are still going to be in charge of these. This is all about preserving who we are and what we are as a country, and that premise of one person, one vote.
Yeah, and James Carville has said, hey, if Democrats take power, we are going to eliminate the filibuster and do all of that. Senator Blackburn, I do want to ask you quickly.
Yeah, they're probably going to do it anyway, too. That's the thing, is you don't do it, hoping they don't do it, and then they'll do it anyway.
Because we only have a few moments here, but this government shutdown, it seems like it will be resolved come Monday. You guys have done your work in the Senate, and the House seems prepared to do their work.
Indeed, and it is so vitally important that in passing these appropriations bills, Kaylee, we have moved from the Biden COVID era budget to the Trump Republican budget. And for the first time in decades, we're bending the curve for spending. We're bending it down. That is really a big step to put us on the path to doing more cutting, more elimination, more rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, and really tackling this in the manner that President Donald Trump has set forth.
I bet you she makes a fantastic iced tea. She seems like the type of lady that, really knows how to take care of you. Old school style. Breaking. President Trump has a question for you, Leader John Thune. Why don't you want voter ID? So here's the thing. It seems like John Thune is kind of on the fence. He's not 100% for it, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he wants to bitch out now. Just do it. Fuck it. Just
we
do
should
it, bro.
have a lot of the things that I think everybody wants to see. Who would not want voter ID? Only somebody that wants to cheat. Think of it. We don't have voter ID.
The blacks support it, bro. That's all I need to know. 70%, I heard.
And the Democrats don't want it. And the reason they don't want is because they want to cheat. Because there's no reason in the world, and I love that debate, Lindsay. I love saying, well, why don't you want voter ID? And you watch them say, I don't know, I just
make them vote.
No, it's a terrible thing. So anyway,
I prefer not to hear from Lindsey Graham. Yeah, so Leader Thune appears to be backing off commitments to do a standing filibuster, saying we will vote on the SAVE Act, but exercising or triggering a talking filibuster, it has implications that I think everybody needs to be aware of. Sounds like he's scared.
Let's listen here.
I mean, if you start really, really hitting the Democrats to the point where they realize, oh, we're screwed. Like, if they make these changes, our ability to win elections is just non-existent now. I mean, I could imagine the pressure they'd be putting on this guy behind the scenes.
Filibuster, try to outlast the Democratic minority under current rules. Do you have any expectation that you can succeed with that, given the enormous difficulty of doing that? In fact, the biggest majority has not been able to.
Right. Well, I guess, and I would just remind people that the coin in the realm in the Senate is floor time. There's a finite amount of it, and we have a lot of things we have to do. There's a housing bill that's awaiting action, hopefully a market structure bill, possibly permitting reform, farm bill, highway bill. You can go right down the list. Russia sanctions, there are a whole bunch of things that could be teed up for action on the floor of the Senate. And so you have to make some judgments, and the conference will have a conversation about that. I've committed to that we will talk about that idea and determine whether or not what the conference's views are about it and how they want to proceed. As I said, we will vote on the SAVE Act, but exercising or triggering a talking filibuster has ramifications, implications that I think everybody needs to be aware of. So we will have those discussions, but that's obviously ties the floor up for an indefinite amount of time with not only unlimited debate, but also unlimited amendments.
From my understanding, the talking filibuster or whatever, like, if the Democrats could manage to pull off having somebody talking 24/7, like I guess they'd have to switch out like every hour or two, switch out to a new speaker. That would be the only way to stop it from going through, because the Democrats would have to sit there for eternity, or at least until the next election, and maybe they take power back. Yeah, so that would be interesting to see.
All right, rather we had the Senate Majority Leader and the Speaker.
Such weird rules, man.
The House speaking at the same time. That's why we're jumping back and forth. But the bill has passed, funding DHS and the other.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of would like the ability to actually do things, and the filibuster is really like, it's good in some ways because, when you have a corrupt piece of shit government, it's like you probably don't want them to do things. But then when you want to actually fix that problem, then you kind of do want them to do things when you get a government that's trying to fix that corruption problem. So yeah, I want to see shit get done, man. I don't want another very little time left. I don't want to see another term where like very little getting done. Yeah, we already watched that clip right there. This is one of the weirder drops from the Epstein files. Somebody, I'm not sure, but they're saying this is Ghislaine Giswell's nephew. And he's literally telling Ghislaine like what celebrities he wants to sleep with. Hi, Aunt Ghislaine. I hope you are well. I look forward to seeing you. When that might be, however, I'm not sure. I'll email you when I'm able to do something with you. As for my wish list of actresses I'd like to do nasty things to. This is first of all, okay, this is a weird conversation to have with your aunt. And if like she's like, yeah, I'm so connected, you just tell me what celebrity chick you want to sleep with and we'll set it up. Like, is that what's going on here? Or are they just shooting the shit about which chicks her nephew wants to fuck? This is so weird. Though not complete, would probably look something like this. Number 1, Natalie Portman. Number 1? Look, Natalie Portman's cute, but she would not. And this is from 2002, okay? I was a young man at this time. These are probably the same women I would be thinking about. Definitely number 2. Number 2 would be number 1 on my list. Jennifer Love Hewitt. My God, dude. My God. Look, she got big. I saw some updates. She's a big one now, but I don't think there was anybody hotter in my generation than Jennifer Love Hewitt. So her being at number 2 is disgusting. Denise Richards, obviously he must have just watched Wild Things. the Denise Richards in Wild Things, like that's just like yeah. She was on another level. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird beyond his taste in women, which is not bad. I think, look, Natalie Portman was cute, but she's a bit of a stick figure. You know what I mean? She's a bit of not much there. As for things I'd like to do, whether it be in London, New York, New Mexico, or the Caribbean, not quite sure at all, though I will look into it. I will look into it in New York. Besides, see the sights, probably some theater or something of that sort. Anyway, I've got to run. Thank you very much for offering all of these things. All these things only add up to the reason I would be there to see you, your nephew. Bro, I don't know what to think of this one, dude. Are they just shooting the shit and this dude's just having fun? Or is she literally like, yeah, tell me what celebrities you want to fuck. We'll make it happen. Like, By the way, I'd never believe you could make it happen with Jennifer Love Hewitt, okay? She was a sweetheart. She was not a whore. She's a good Texas girl. You couldn't get her to go along, okay? Now, Denise Richards, I don't know. I don't know about, how old is he at the time? I don't know, dude. It doesn't say his age. I'm sure somebody could figure it out. His nephew's probably a public figure in some way. Her nephew. Ghislaine Maxwell's nephew. They think this could be the same guy. Ghislaine Maxwell's nephew worked under Hillary Clinton at the State Department. Well, that's not surprising. That's not surprising. I don't know if it's the same guy, though. Wasn't Natalie Portman about 15 when she did that first Star Wars? I don't remember. I know in 2002, I'm pretty sure Natalie Portman was over 18 in 2002. But yeah, Natalie Portman was a child actress too. She was in a lot of shit as a kid. But that's weird, man. That's weird. Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to have an aunt that could hook me up with Jennifer Love Hewitt in her prime. I mean, but it's like, I don't know if it's wishful thinking or like, is that really going on? Is that really going on where it's just like, yeah, just tell me what celebrities you'd like to fuck, nephew, and I'll make it. I'm the greatest aunt. You can have any celebrity you want to fuck. Just let me know. What a weird conversation, man. It lets you into like the weird, it's a little bit of a weird family dynamic. I think it's weird that how some families are like pretty open talking about sex. Like, it's for me, it's weird. Like, I'm not going to talk to my mom or dad. Like, oh, I just banged a chick last night, or how's your sex life going? It's like, well, some families talk that way, though. I find that shit weird. So yeah, Rogan had Mike Benz on today, and they were talking about Epstein. Let's see, Mike Benz seems like he does know some shit. Seems like a smart guy.
One of the weirder things about these files is there's some stuff in there that you go, okay, one thing that we know happens is when something is true, a bunch of stuff gets attached to it that's both not true and also preposterous that allows you to sort of dismiss all of it together. Yeah. There's a lot of people thought about that with Pizzagate. And there's some stuff that I saw online that was like George W. Bush was like involved in ritual sacrifice.
I forgot to mention that one. I think that dude was fucking nuts. Somebody wrote in a tip. Because that's a big part of the Epstein files. Like every allegation that's ever been made by every person involved, whether they're even remotely involved with any of this and they're just a random person making shit up, that's all included in the files. So people are running a little wild on that. But yeah, apparently the first Bush was like eating people or something.
Or,
was one of the claims.
Things along those lines, like killing babies and eating people and wild shit.
Yeah.
What do you think that stuff is?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you think it really occurs?
What I'll say is this is a bad.
Okay, here comes the Pink Trip edit where Joe goes, well, I like to eat people. Have you ever tasted a human before? It's good, man. It's good for you.
Week to be a total Pizzagate denialist. You would feel a lot more comfortable about it a week ago than you would this week. I don't particularly focus, or I don't want to say care. I don't. My knowledge set on it is a lot more limited on it because I don't think it's a central crux of political influence. I don't know if it's kind of almost a inside joke in a certain way. Jeffrey Epstein himself in these emails is unbelievably trolly. You know, he'll say things that are the kind.
Yeah, the dude was he. It seemed like he really thought he was funny. He really did, and he clearly liked comedy.
Kind of, shit posts you say to a buddy or your brother or something that you don't mean.
Right.
It's
You're
tongue
fucking around.
Cheek.
Yeah.
Is that true, S. Terminus? He also wanted to bioengineer pigs to have non-cloven hooves to make kosher bacon. I'll be honest, like bacon is fucking great. The dude must really accidentally ate some bacon one time or something, and he's like, we have to figure out how to make this work. I mean, yeah, I can understand that, man. I mean, that's how good bacon is, dude.
But if you were a cynical out to get you.
What's up, Freeman?
3 super chatted $5. Does Joe censored him at the end?
I haven't watched the whole thing to the end. Does it seem like it's cut off at the end or something? Like he's saying something and then it just jumps to another? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the first time hearing of that, Freeman.
You person who somehow obtained that text message, you'd say, "Oh, look, he said it." And so there's a lot of that going on. But the fact is I've seen a lot of images shared around the time period of when Pizzagate was popping off in 2016 that all I'll say is it doesn't look good or easily explainable. At the same time, a lot of those screenshots I have not, for most of these, for the things I've posted about or that I'm talking about here, I've gone to the Justice Department file. I've looked up the file number. I've confirmed whether or not the screenshot is actually what it is. For those, I have not yet, but
yeah, the kosher laws or the rules that they have to follow is fucking weird, bro. It's some shit that they made thousands of years ago that makes no fucking sense. It's just fucking stupid shit. But yeah, imagine that. Like, oh, the greatest tasting meat of all time, you can't eat it because they have hooves. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? You would think at some point they would update it and be like, yeah, some of this shit was stupid. Like, we can't eat bacon? What the fuck?
I wouldn't feel totally confident saying there's no there, but that's about as far as I can go on that.
When you say images, what are you talking about?
Well, there's a lot of, if you look up pizza, for example, it's just as a keyword search.
We did that. There are some weird shit. There's some weird shit in there.
You'll see, or cheese or something.
Yeah, cheese pizza. I mean, first of all, if you're just eating plain cheese pizza, I'm already suspicious. Like, who does that? Who eats pizza plain with just cheese? Does any of you guys eat plain cheese pizza? Like, maybe if you're a bitch-ass vegetarian or some vegan or some shit like that. But no normal, self-respecting human being orders a plain cheese pizza.
It looks like, in the DOJ database for these new files, you'll see a lot of things of people talking about pizza in a way that
it seems like a code.
Hot dogs too. We were finding some weird hot dog shit.
Kind of.
He's very specific about his hot dogs. They have to be the same specific brand. And it's not even a fancy brand. It's like, they're not even all beef hot dogs. It makes no sense.
Impossible
to imagine it's actually just
do to
pizza.
A pizza. It's about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I don't. To me, there's so much real world provable things in there, and also so many kind of more real world implications of allegations that are made in the files that kind of.
I'm not saying cheese pizza can't be enjoyable. Like, if I'm hungry and all I got is just a plain cheese pizza, I'll eat that shit. But, if you're ordering a pizza, at least get some fucking pepperoni on it, bro. At least get pepperoni or whatever your preferred meat is. For me, I'm a supreme guy. Give me a supreme pizza.
If should be explained. Like a common mistake that I see going around social media this week is people. It kind of gets to the reason that the FBI and the president was arguing that these files shouldn't be released in the first place, which is that people would take things out of context and wildly, and think things are true that are not because they're baseless allegations made by, some anonymous tipster. But because it's in an FBI file, people will think it's true. Now, I don't think that's a reason not to release.
Do you guys know Post Malone is in the Epstein files? Who's that fucking Playboy dude with the beard who was like real popular on Instagram for a while? I forget his name. Fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, for some reason, Epstein was like saving every photo that guy posted on his Instagram. That like, because he was posting a lot of photos of him like on yachts with hot chicks living the rich lifestyle. Dan Bilzerian, yeah, Dan Bilzerian. That finally came. I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. This kind of weird, right? Like Epstein just has all of Dan Bilzerian's Instagram photos saved. Because why else would they be in the Epstein files? And then there's a photo there of Dan Bilzerian with Post Malone and with two chicks sitting next to Dan Bilzerian, and they black out the chicks. It's like, are they fucking minor kids?
Super chatted $5. Throwing kisses. Just wanted to say your audio quality is always on point and pitch perfect. Pick a pickled pear. Pa pa pa. I am a stupid British robot. Jolly Cheerios.
Thank you for the audio quality comment there, Hunter Vex, and thank you for the 5. Also, Freeman, thank you as well for the 5 you sent a little while ago. Yeah, I mean, I did spend like $500 on a mic and a fucking cloud lifter and a mixer, and well, the mixer was like another 100 something. So I spent the money to have the good quality audio because nothing mattered. Like you could have the shittiest fucking webcam. It's not a big deal, but if you have bad audio, it's a big deal. So thank you for noticing, Hunter Vex. I'm working on my, on making it better. I'm not an audio guy and I'm just figuring all this shit out on my own. But did you want me to read that? Is always on point and pitch perfect. Pick a pickled pear. Pa pa pa. I'm a stupid British robot. Jolly Cheerios. You don't like the robot voice, do you, Hunter? It's okay, man. Become friends. Become friends with the British robot.
I'm extremely glad these were released. What I'm saying is I've seen that phenomenon, run away, and some of this I know is kind of baseless in terms of the factual evidence because some of the people, one of the confidential human sources, for example, that is cited, the first day of the drop, there was this kind of bombshell claim I think this is probably the most viral post the first day of the DOJ release, which was a confidential human source, a CHS, it means an FBI informant, who the FBI internal memo describes how this confidential human source reported that Alan Dershowitz was a Mossad agent, and after every meeting, he goes back and tells his Mossad handlers, what they talked about. And you go, oh my God, it's an FBI.
I've seen that Epstein believed that Ghislaine Maxwell's father was killed by Mossad. It is pretty suspicious the way he died on like that boat. He just fucking disappeared off the boat. But yeah, there's people now that are like saying Epstein could still be alive because there was a 4chan post from somebody who claimed to be inside the prison who said they basically switched Epstein out. And the Epstein files prove that was a real whistleblower on 4chan. So fuck, why would they save his life? Like, why is he worth pretending like he's dead to keep him alive? Like, I don't know. And the person I've lost the most respect for, that I did respect before, and I still respect him in a way, but I'm also very, very cringed out with this behavior, is Steve Bannon. All the shit with Steve Bannon talking to Epstein, like he's trying to rehabilitate his image and like fix the sex trafficker image and make him into a philanthropist. And that whole documentary, which by the way, like an hour or something of the interview with Epstein came out and was posted because of the Epstein files. It's all him trying to rehabilitate Epstein's image and make Epstein seem like some fucking financial genius who's going to save the world. And, I don't know what Bannon was thinking, bro. I really don't. I don't know what the fuck that dude was thinking, but it really paints Bannon in a totally different light to me that he'd be willing to do that.
Confidential human source.
He's not my father anymore, Buttered Biscuits. He's completely disowned now, unfortunately. So I can't do the joke anymore of pretending he's my father if he's doing shit like that, you know?
The FBI wouldn't, pay an informant unless they found them credible for this sort of thing. On the very next page of the files, it says, President Trump, I'm paraphrasing. You can pull this up if you want. President Trump is controlled by the government of Israel, and they have, I forget if he says they have blackmail or something to this effect. Now, I don't know whether either of those things are true or not. I don't know what, any more than anybody else who's done research on this. Certainly there's a lot of overlap between Dershowitz and the Israeli government and high-level Israeli officials. So in that sense, if that were to be reported, I don't know that it would be who knows about whether that's true or not. But it plays into a kind of confirmation bias that a lot of people have. And so when you see that in an FBI file, the first thing your instinct is, if you're, if that's your journalism beat, is to write all about it and get millions of views. And same thing, there's a MAGA civil war right now that's happening over issues around Israel. It's, you say, oh my God, it's been proven. The FBI knows that. Well, Ken Silva, who's a journalist, shortly after that published a tweet containing a file that had much less engagement, where he said, actually, I actually have a copy of this document. And again, I'm paraphrasing here, where it matches that document file number. It's got the same text, and it looks like that confidential human source is Chuck Johnson. Now, I saw that and I went, oh my God. Because one morning I woke up to a text from that very person saying, this is about 2 years ago, I'd never met him, never talked to him, don't have his number. Somehow he got mine and messaged me on Signal to turn myself in because I'm going to prison. He then proceeded to look up my ex-wife and make allegations that I was a Mossad agent because she was a
So I was like, who is this Charles Johnson? I think from what I looked up, who is Chuck Johnson in relation to Epstein? And this is what I got. Charles C. Johnson is an American far-right blogger, internet troll, and conspiracy theorist who has positioned himself as a commentator on the Jeffrey Epstein case and more, recently as a self-described informant regarding Epstein's network. Self-described friend. In August 2024, Johnson referred to Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender, as a good personal friend in messages to J.D. Vance. Bannon connection. Johnson has claimed that his former boss, Steve Bannon, had a complicated relationship with Epstein, viewing him as both a rival and a spy, and noted that Bannon was deeply interested in emulating Epstein's operation. Bannon, what the fuck, bro? Maybe Roger Stone was right about you, bro. Conspiracy theorist, informant, Johnson has worked to frame narratives around Epstein's death and network, including attempting to portray Donald Trump as an early whistleblower regarding Epstein. Controversy. Johnson is known for making inflammatory comments, including casting doubt on the Holocaust, and has been involved in several now defunct far-right websites. This is according to the AI overview on Google. I don't know.
She was a prostitute from a foreign country.
We'll go back a little bit.
Talk to him. Don't have his number. Somehow he got mine and messaged me on Signal to turn myself in because I'm going to prison. He then proceeded to look up my ex-wife and make allegations that I was a Mossad agent because she was a prostitute from a foreign country and involved in all these, Mossad black ops type things. Now, he didn't even get the name right. He found a different person with a similar spelling that, was, I guess, busted for prostitution or something, and then makes these giant claims on social media that, I have been married to a foreign spy prostitute or something. And then he goes on to message someone he thinks is my donor and threaten them to cut off funds because if he doesn't, then I've made the intelligence community very angry, and they have deputized him to tell the person he thought was my donor that the intelligence services of the United States of America will crush the businesses of someone he thought was my donor.
Sounds like a flim-flam man trying to fucking get some money out of people, dude. Sounds totally made up. I don't know. Sounds like he's getting strong-armed for some cash.
If he doesn't cut off the funds he thought that person was giving to me, okay? This is that confidential human source, or at least according to the reporting of Ken Silva. That the level of things that are untrue about that, combined with the fact that this very person is going around saying that he's not just an FBI informant, but that he actually can direct the intelligence agencies of the United States to crush someone's private practice if they don't change their discretionary donations to someone. Like, that's the person you're saying that person's comments to a FBI officer or task force prove these claims about Dershowitz and Trump. I mean, that's ridiculous. I know firsthand that there's zero credibility to those claims. Now, they may be true or not, but the fact is there's a lot of context to all of these. What is just because it's said in an FBI file does not make it true. We learned that lesson in Russiagate. We learned that lesson with the Steele dossier. But I think that same sort of caution and prudence should be applied with these. And I think ultimately the truth wins out on these things. It just takes longer than you might want it to.
It's so tangled. The whole thing is just, I think everybody who looks at it realizes this is a rabbit hole that just goes to the center of the earth. And there's so many people involved in it. Here's the people
who try to act like they know everything. It's like, dude, this is such a fucking convoluted mess. It's like, and then the people who are just they're so fucking sure that Trump, every accusation that's ever been made about Trump in there is like fucking 100% real. And it's like, I don't know, man. We have all the files and we still know no. I don't know. Do we have all the files? I mean, 3 million's a lot. We just got 3 million files. And what did we really learn at the end of the day?
Here's the big question that people ask. If there was a Jeffrey Epstein, and it seems like all these things he was involved in, is there a Jeffrey Epstein right now that we don't know about?
There's a million of them.
A million of them.
I mean, this is why I find this is not the core of what I focus on. But I find it a really interesting field of study because it helps understand so many other U.S. government institutions and the relationship between government and private business. Jeffrey Epstein is part of a class of what are effectively professional fixers. And this is a kind of class of professional who sits not really within a particular government or private sector institution, but in the kind of sticky layer between them that connects them all. And I would say that, for example, people like Mark Rich, Bruce Rappaport, and I can go through all these figures and who they are, Robert Mayhew and these types, are just good case studies in how the intelligence world, the business community, uses. Let's take an example of Bruce Rappaport, and this is you can pull up on screen if you want. There's a great article. I think it's called. I think it's from 1988 or 1991. It's called "Intrigue in High Places: Oil Pipeline, Iraq," and then just Bruce Rappaport. It's RAPP. Yeah, here you go. Pipeline deal, intrigue in high places. And I'll describe what happens here in a second. In fact, there's a great YouTube video on this as well. If you look up Bruce, just on YouTube, Bruce Rappaport, 1988, there's a great kind of couple-minute summary of all of this. But effectively what happened was, and let me start this by just Jeffrey Epstein got to Bear Stearns.
Dude, it's so hard to listen to Mike Benz. It's so fucking hard, dude. I struggle to like really lock in when this guy's talking. It's the worst part. Like, he seems to have so much knowledge and like I want to know, but it's so hard to lock in when he's talking.
1976, and then worked there until 1980. So just because you have it on screen, maybe I'll go through this first and then I'll do the Jeff.
Jesus Christ, just fucking get to it, Mike Benz.
Epstein connections. So what happened here was you had the Iran-Iraq War from 1980 to 1988, and Henry Kissinger had a really great quote about this.
Okay, so we're going on a long fucking roundabout. What are we talking about now, Mike Benz? Mike Benz. I like him, but Christ, he's so hard to listen to. Yeah, I mean, this is looking like civil war. The mayor of Long Beach is calling all gang leaders in his city to meet him to plan attacks on ICE. I mean, can we just do like Insurrection Act in Long Beach and get rid of this guy? What are we waiting for? Like, this is fucking insane. This is
My name is
Long Beach.
Rogelio Martinez. I am calling all 55 gangs in my beautiful city. I expect a gang leader from every gang, all 55 gangs, and I'm not going to name them by name, but I'm calling the Latino gangs. I'm calling the Cambodian gangs. I'm calling the Filipino gangs.
Filipino gangs?
I'm calling the black gangs.
That's kind of racist.
I'm calling the Pacific Islander gangs.
Okay, those are the most dangerous ones.
I'm calling all gang leaders to meet me right here, Long Beach City Hall, this coming Monday.
Okay, well, we know when to raid that place with the FBI. I mean, come on, bro. Like, this can't be real.
Why Monday? Specifically, I need you to be here to meet me in person to take back this city. Because our leadership is not doing anything about it.
Yeah, let's let the gangs take back the city. That's great. That's great. Let's let the gangs take over, guys. ICE is so bad, you know, doing what they legally are bound to do, following the law that the people passed. But gangs, yeah, that's who we want running things. That's who we need right now.
And our police are powerless. Once again, let me be very clear. My name is Rogelio Martinez.
And you should go to jail.
You're 2026 Long Beach City Mayor, and I need your help. I need to see 55 gang leaders here this coming Monday.
Did they elect a retard as mayor of Long Beach? Is that what's going on here? I mean, this guy's, he's not very bright, is he? Like in the old days, they'd be smart enough to be like, yeah, let's get the gang members together and let's get all sides working together to fight this thing. But you would do it behind closed doors. Like you'd send like a letter. You'd have like a carrier and you go, hey, go drop this off. Make sure this guy gets it and tell him it's from the mayor and it's urgent and to keep it hush hush. And then, you know, you set up a meeting. You don't go on social media and just tell the whole world you're about to coordinate with all these fucking gangs to fight the federal government. I mean, the straight brim hat is fucking stupid too, bro. Who does that?
We need to take back the city. Enough is enough.
Is he drunk? That could be it too. I don't think he's drunk enough to excuse this though. If he's drunk, he's not drunk enough. Okay, if there is a level of drunk where I could be like, okay, he's basically almost blacked out. He doesn't even know where he's at. This is not that level of drunk.
ICE needs to get out of Long Beach.
Does he still have the sticker on the hat too? What's that about, bro? I think you're trying really hard to appeal to the kids, huh?
And this is the only way that I know how to get them out. Peacefully, but with strong force.
Okay, dude. So you're going to get the gangs to start going around and stalking and harassing ICE? Like, you know that's going to turn up really ugly. Like, it's already ugly when it's a bunch of deranged middle-aged women. Now it's going to be actual gang members. And by the way, I bet you the gang members probably would like to see some of their illegal competition removed. They're probably thinking, no, get rid of the illegals. Like, that leaves more fucking territory to us without all these illegals in here trying to gang up on us.
But peacefully. And remember, the police are not at fault. The police are not doing anything wrong. I'm not here to defund the police. I stand with my Long Beach police.
No, you're here to start a war against the federal government with all the gangs in your city. But hey, at least you're not going to defund the police.
Officers, my men and women that serve the Long Beach Police Department. But they are powerless. They are powerless against ICE.
Yeah, because They live in a country called the United States of America, and with the federal government that has jurisdiction and the will of the people and the backing of the law behind them. It's almost like you don't believe in law. They don't believe in laws anymore.
I need your help. I need all 55 gang leaders to meet me here this coming Monday, and we need to take back Long Beach.
Dude, if I was one of the gang members, I'd be like, I'm not going because this guy's an idiot. Maybe if he would have communicated this like in a secure way and not done it on social media where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to show up to this place. Everybody's going to know every gang leader there is there. Like, that's just fucking dumb. If I was a gang leader in Long Beach, I would move to a different city. I'd be like, I don't want to be in a city with a gang mayor, with a fucking mayor who's this stupid.
Enough is enough. We cannot have any more innocent people be taken and detained.
What, is this the scheduled meeting? What are we doing here? Oh, where we can call them and I guess this is the post. I'm calling every gang leader in Long Beach to help me take back the city. Wow. Long Beach needs to be ice-free. I need your strength, support, and leadership. If you love Long Beach like I do, let's show the world what the community's like. I expect to see 55 gang leaders in front of City Hall this Monday at 5 p.m. Bro, once they decide to start weaponizing the mob, like they really, I mean, they're already doing it, but that's really, I think, what they're going to end up doing. Like when they're really threatened and we're getting close to like them being in fear of losing all power for a long time, they're going to start deploying this mob on the citizens of this country to scare the fuck out of them. I don't know, like I just see them doing that. I could see a French Revolution thing playing out, you know? And that shit was nasty. Like, you realize there was women like that were part of the mobs, like going in there and stabbing and killing people. Like it was just like the people, women, children, men too, just charging into fucking government buildings and just murdering everybody indiscriminately. Government buildings is one way to put it, but yeah, just indiscriminate bloodlust murder, and you weaponize that so you can get power. But the thing is, they'll usually end up murdering you too, which is what happened to a lot of the early revolutionary leaders of the French Revolution. They ended up getting killed by their own mob. So yeah, that guy's a genius. Here's Don Lemon. I guess he did a show. Don Lemon, I'm not a protester. I went there to be a journalist. He's really trying to spin it to, I was just doing journalism, guys. No. But I mean, the footage speaks for itself. We're not going to watch it all again. We've done it multiple times already.
January 18th, is that correct? You were covering a protest
yes.
at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota, an anti-ICE protest. Apparently, there's a pastor at the church who's also a local ICE official, which is, I think, just as Jesus would want. And I believe we have some B-roll. Protesters.
It's so funny.
Interrupted the Sunday service, and you followed them in. You interviewed
you coordinated with them. You met with them ahead of time. You knew everything that was going down, and instead of staying outside the church to film them going in, you just had to go in with them and disrupt services, didn't you, Don?
Various people in the church.
You fucked up, Don.
And afterward, you were arrested. Now, first I want to ask you, is there a difference between whether those protesters had the right to go into a church and whether a credentialed journalist like yourself had the right to go in and cover them going into the church?
Yeah, you guys don't understand. Journalists can do whatever they want. They're above the law. Like, a journalist could break in, as long as he's got a camera and he's documenting it for journalism, he can break into your house as you're having sex with your wife and film it. And that's legal because he's doing journalism, guys.
Well, listen, obviously I'm in the middle of this. I can't.
I don't know if you know this, but you can literally do anything you want as long as you film it. The laws don't apply. That's just a joke, by the way. Okay, in case anybody goes out there. Any really dumb people are watching?
Say a lot. There's a lot that I cannot say, but what I will say is that I'm not a protester. I went there to be a journalist. I went there to chronicle and document and record what was happening. I was following that one group around, and so that's what I did. I reported on them, and so. But I do think that there is a difference between a protester and a journalist.
You broke into a church and you filmed their service and you disrupted it. Okay, and you put them in fear of their lives, bro. So yeah, whatever comes to you, I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad, but he's going to do the rounds, playing the victim. They're going to try to turn him into a martyr. Who knows? Maybe he'll get his CNN job back. ICE agents roll up to the park like pros, step out, cuff the obstructionist, while another agent stays on point, tossing flashbangs. They're done fucking with these crowds now, man. They're done fucking with these crowds. The problem is, again, this is very, French Revolution style, where the crowds will always outnumber authorities. And once the crowds start they realize they have that power and they can weaponize it. Like, I mean, this is why they react the way they do and start throwing flashbangs. They're completely outnumbered by a fucking rabid mob of people, dude. Oh. Who would have thunk that ICE is gonna run so well on ice? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good little sprint over the snow there. Look at that. Taking soy boys down. One soy boy down. Up, resisting like always.
Oh, you fucking coward! You cowardly little bitch!
This is straight up French Revolution right here. Like, by the way, the movie I watched was it's a French movie. It's in French, but it has English subtitles. And it's 2 parts. It's from like 1989. And it's called the French Revolution, but in French. La Révolution en France or whatever. Let me see if I can find it again. It should be in my history real quick. I'll show you. In case you guys, because you're not going to look at the shit going on the same if you watch this movie. Yeah, La Révolution Française. Francois. I don't know. I don't speak French. Fuck. It's kind of hard to find too. So I'm going to get you guys the exact name. I'm going to show you. Some of you might want to watch this. It's pretty good for something made in 89. And what I like about it is it's not entirely historically. There is some changes for fuck, I can't find it. I'll find it later. I thought I had it fucking saved in here, but I guess not. But it's great. It's great because it's pretty historically accurate. And it will change the way you see scenes like this forever. Oh, there's a flash grenade of peace. The flash grenade of peace. You're real tough. You're real tough. Just casually throwing fucking flashbangs around. I gotta remember to turn the sound down on these clips because mobs are loud as fuck. There's some bear spray. You got any more flashers? Tell my wife I love her. You'll see her in like 15 minutes, retard, as long as you don't reach for a gun or anything like that. Yeah, and stop gambling with your life like an idiot. That poor guy, you're running with a bad crowd, bro. They're gonna get you killed. Man, the annoyance that these ICE officers have to deal with on a daily basis, listening to these crazy people scream at them and whistle all day, blow their whistles all day. I mean, that's the type of shit that will just drive you fucking nuts. Shocking footage of Zohran Mamdani's New York City, captured by New York Scoop, is going viral, showing homeless people sitting over manholes for warmth as snow and garbage line the streets, while 16 people have already died from the cold. Holy shit, is that... I mean, people die from the cold every year, right? Let me see. Because people, I mean, yeah, every year people die from the cold. So I'm wondering, is that normal? 16 people? But is that a normal amount of deaths for this time of year? Come on, Grok. Let's speed it up. Let's go. You're slow. You're slow, Grok. I thought AI was supposed to be smart and fast. Based on historical data from New York City's health department, the city has recorded an average of about 19 cold-related deaths per year from 2005 to 2022. Other reports indicate a typical annual total of 15. From 2005 to 21, the yearly range was between 9 and 27. The reported 16 deaths, with hypothermia suspected in at least 13, have all happened during severe cold snaps starting in late January. Shit, so that's a whole year's worth of deaths already, effectively approaching or exceeding the typical full year average in just a couple weeks. Bro, so yeah, that is absolutely abnormal. That's a whole years of death in just the end of January. This makes the current tally unusually high compared to historical norms for this point in the winter season. So yeah, it looks like Mamdani's doing great, guys. He's doing great. And this is the city. The trash is just piling up, bro.
Yeah.
Can't even manage basic shit. I mean, this is a serious health hazard. This is the shit that's like new diseases will be formed from this, and you end up with a fucking plague or some shit, bro. Look at that. Look at that. All that trash. That's all trash. It's hard to see because it's very small. But that's all trash. Or is that snow? I can't tell. I think it's trash. This is definitely trash. And this is a homeless guy standing in the street. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being homeless in this kind of weather. That's so fucking torturous, bro. It's like Scrooge. Remember Scrooge with Bill Murray? And there was the homeless guy that Bill Murray was always ignoring, and then later in the film, he finds him frozen to death. You know, he's finally at the point where he's had his change, where he wants to help people. Then he runs into that homeless guy when he actually will help him now, and the homeless guy's just dead, frozen.
Police car right here next to him. Cars going back and forth.
Yeah, wonderful, man. So I hear New York City is doing well. And I hear they're also very angry at Mamdani already. All of his voters are like totally pissed off at him. Here's a funny clip.
In fact, Killer Mike was talking about this on my last show of the season.
I don't know you guys who watch football know about Marshawn Lynch. But he's an interesting character, and he was on with Bill Maher.
How the French...
You said Killer Mike?
Killer Mike, you know.
Oh, yeah, that nigga he official. I fuck with Big Dog. You mad at him?
I love him.
That's my dog.
Are you kidding?
Hell yeah.
He took me to the Blue Flame.
See what I'm talking? Damn. Maybe I need to tap in with him.
You definitely do.
Was it hella ass cheeks in that motherfucker?
It was so ridiculous.
It was chatted $2. Is there anybody from NYC in chat?
Good question, yeah. Anybody can talk about NYC. I mean, you're probably going to get in the chat probably people who hate Mamdani, I would imagine, and who didn't vote for him. But yeah, let us know your experiences.
Like a cartoon.
Ridiculous.
To me,
oh, in a good way.
Not in a good way.
It was hella ass? That much ass? It was bad?
Just, you know what? People have different ideas of beauty. And we are all allowed to, like, you know, when you order in a restaurant, I like it rare and you like it well done, whatever.
I totally agree with Bill. It's too much ass. Okay? I don't know why we're different when it comes to like black people and white people, but I'm sure some white people agree with the blacks, but for me, it's too much ass. We've gotten way out of control with the ass. We don't need that much ass. I just need a nice ass. Doesn't have to be gigantic. No cellulite is obvious, obvious. No cellulite. And not fat, It's all about proportions, Hip to waist and all that shit. But they've gotten out of control with the asses. That's all I'm trying to say here. It's too much.
Goddamn right.
Okay. So, like, I've never been.
Did he say you've been eating butt? Did he say that?
And you like it well done, whatever.
You goddamn right. You be eating butt.
So,
did he say you be eating butt? Did he really just say that? Look, I mean, that's probably another difference between, black Americans and white Americans. I don't know. I'm guessing there are plenty of white dudes who eat butt too. Look, I'm not going to judge you if you eat butt. But it is butt, and I don't think it's very safe to be doing that. Just saying.
Like, I've never been, what? We're shaking on that? Okay, great. So I've been to strip clubs. I just was never to one like that, where it was so exaggerated. The bulbousness of the buttocks, sometimes matched by a voluptuousness of the chestal region.
Titties.
Yes,
big ass
I think.
titties.
Yeah,
So they were too fat, basically, is what you're saying, Bill, which is kind of how I feel at the end of the day, too. A lot of these big booty, they're too fat. They got big booty because they're fat. I like women to be smaller than me. I don't want to be fucking smothered in ass. Like, I think a lot of these black guys would, like, literally like to be smothered in ass. Like, I don't know, man. I wonder what's going on there. I wonder why we're different in that way.
God. Shit, sound like you was in over your head. I wasn't ready for all that ass.
I was completely ready for it. It was literally over my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't appreciate it. It's like, look, this is your ass is kind of disgusting. Can you get it out of my face? And there's no way you can properly wipe with an ass that big. So, okay. Will Stancil. A lot of people keep talking about Will Stancil. He's one of these lefties who was running around with the deranged anti-ICE protesters, stalking ICE, chasing ICE, blocking them in, impeding them, et cetera, et cetera. And they're turned on him so quick, bro. Again, this is right out of the French Revolution. Like, once the crowds like gets into like a blood frenzy, like, all you got to do is just be in the wrong space at the wrong time, and somebody thinks you're a bad guy, and then you're part of the victim count from the mob's bloodlust, and they turned on him here.
So you're out here filming people. You're okay.
Sounds like it starts because he's filming, because he's a journalist and he starts filming, and then a lot of them get triggered by people filming, and they don't care that he's one of them.
Oh, shut up, man. I've done a lot more than you have. Shut up. Jackass.
I thought everybody was still up there. Thanks a lot, guys.
He's filming people's faces. What the fuck? How's that? Oh, no. Yeah, this is a million people.
Whoop. So yeah, the peaceful leftists are now turning on each other. Everybody keeps talking about him, but I've kind of not paid attention. And it looks like he's banned now. Like, they've kicked him out. He's not allowed anymore. I was told, so like he was trying to, why don't you go back, apologize, and ask what you could do differently and how you could help? Yeah, go and beg forgiveness from the mob and become their slave. And do not think independently, and don't film. You can film, but if you do accidentally film the wrong person's face and they get mad, they can attack you. That's the rules. I was told the decision was unappealable and I could not contact them further. I also wasn't told who made the decision, who the admins were, even pseudonymous. Who the fuck uses words like that? Pseudonymously. Whatever. Fuck you for using a word like I get why everybody hates you now. Pseudonymous. What the fuck word is that, bro? Who says that? So, like, not completely anonymous, but kind of pretend anonymous, pseudo anonymously. What the fuck? I don't feel bad for you, Will. I understand. I understand now why this happened to you. or how to contact them. So all this business about resolving it internally, my preference, so I can get back to work, is pretty tough. So yeah, they kicked him out of the left because I don't know, the crowd turned on him. This was hard for me to understand. It is kind of difficult for me to understand this one. Dude, this is a fun clip I saw. And I've noticed one thing about wrestlers, especially in the 80s, when they wanted to show people how real wrestling was, so they'd put a move on you, they would do it 100 times worse than they actually do it in the ring, right? Like this guy's like, yeah, body slam me so people can see how real body slamming is. And this guy does the meanest, most hardcore body slam I've ever seen. And you never see him slam people this way in the ring. Like in the ring, it's kind of like they turn you over and just kind of let you drop. They don't fucking slam you into the ground at full speed. I mean, maybe they do now, but when I was growing up, the body slams are kind of like just flip you over and drop you. But watch this. This is rough. Oh my God, bro. They don't like. It's like they want to make it seem worse than it really is to really scare people. Let's watch that again. That's not good. That's broken. Oh, right on his tailbone, bro. Right on his tailbone, and that's just a regular wooden floor. That's not a ring mat. And yeah, usually you could do the body slam and just drop him. This guy literally throws him straight down with all of his weight. Look at that.
And the second part is where I would straight across him, and he certainly wouldn't move.
At Mako TV Super Chatted $1.99. The Raja Jackson special.
The Raja Jackson special. It's so mean. Did he know what he was getting into, bro? Hey, Mikhail, thank you for $1.99. Did he know what he was getting into? He's like, oh, I've seen him do the slam in the ring. It's probably not that bad. And then this guy's like, oh no, it's gonna be bad. Because I'm not gonna like try to stop you from getting hurt like I would one of my wrestling buddies. I want you to get hurt so you can make wrestling seem more real than it is. One more time. My clip. That's my favorite. And what is this guy, like 8 feet tall, for fuck's sake? That guy's so huge, bro. Holy shit. Mob of students in Hayes Consolidated School District in Texas attacked a teacher during an ICE protest. I haven't really been able to figure out what the context of this is, but I think what was going on was somebody stopped their truck and then one of the students kicked the truck. They started attacking the truck. So the guy got out and then the whole fucking the student protest started attacking this dude. The more I see like shit from schools that's going on now, I'm like, we're cooked, dude. I know every generation thinks, oh, this new generation is crazy, but I don't think it's ever been this fucking crazy, bro. Like, we're kind of cooked. Are you ready for the American Revolution when they let out the schools and all the crazy teenagers? And you're going to have crazy middle-aged teenage mobs fucking coming to kill you? Imagine that. That kid is going through puberty right now. You can hear it. Dude, every one of their parents should be arrested. Now, I don't know the background. Maybe this dude did something, but from my understanding, someone attacked his car and then he probably got out to, like, I don't know, maybe perform an arrest. I don't know. You know, people get kind of upset when you attack their shit. Yeah, Ye is heavily medicated. This is kind of sad. This seems to be what happens to like every artist that's like on another level. You know, most artists are fucking crazy, okay? I mean, people can spin that however they want. Like, well, it's because they feel so much. Because they feel so much that other people don't. And it's like, whatever reason, like high-level artists tend to be a little fucking crazy. And it seems like they can only function at the level that's needed to like please their masters, you know, that want to make a ton of money for so long without crashing out, and just like, it's difficult. So this always seems to be the thing that ends up happening. It's like, well, just put them on drugs. Just fucking give him as many drugs as you can. Keep him like, keep him drugged out and happy, and he'll keep making money for us. And he'll be easier to control. But yeah, he's apparently heavily medicated here. I don't know. Is it possible that he's not heavily medicated? I mean, that's, I don't know. You watch the clip and it's like, at the beginning, he does seem a little awkward. Yeah. Yeah, his walking, he does seem like his walking's a little weird. I wonder what they got him on. You gotta numb the pain, bro. You know, the thing is, like, the fact that musicians feel so much, that's what makes them make great art. So sometimes you gotta give them time to wallow in their fucking misery and act out and act crazy, and then great art comes from that. So you're probably not gonna get any more great music from Kanye, but you will get concerts where they parade him around fucking all pilled up, doing his shows, and probably it's probably not even him really singing. Who knows? I don't know, but yeah, get that money. Get that money. Breaking: VP JD Vance just unleashed on Democrats for their violent rhetoric against ICE and law enforcement. Calls out Gavin Newsom by name. Ooh, fight. Let's go.
And I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people who keep us safe ought to be honored and protected and praised by Democrats and Republicans alike. It is time to stop the rhetorical assault on law enforcement. Because I
agree. And John, shout out to John McCarter. Love you, brother. Do not worry about Discord. When I say to get on Discord, I'm talking to everybody else, bro. I know you don't want to be on Discord. I know your mom doesn't want you on there either, so don't worry about it, John. I know you're not going to go on Discord. It's okay. It's okay, brother.
What happened?
But yeah, links are in the description for everybody else. Go join the Discord. You can get notifications and hang out. It's fun.
Because here's what happens when Democrats, like Gavin Newsom did, say that these people are part of an authoritarian government. When the left-wing media lies about what they're doing, when they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence. You don't have to agree with my immigration policies. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump's immigration policies. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
I would rather hear, I mean, that's a great way to end it. Go straight to hell, but what does that mean at the end of the day? I'd rather hear, then we're going to treat you as an insurrectionist, and we're going to come and take over your city, and we're going to fucking basically shut you down because what you're doing is illegal. That's what I'd rather it have been ended that way. Then we will declare insurrection act and we will come and arrest you. But yeah, I guess, go to hell. That's better. But I like it. He's swinging, taking some swings. Just in, even more leftist anti-ICE roadblocks are being set up near Minneapolis with residents forced to stop and identify themselves. This is what cartels do in Mexico. So yeah, the what do they call them? The legal observers. The sweet, sweet legal observers of Minnesota. are acting like they're the police force now. And you gotta basically have permission from them to be on the streets. It's nice, right? That's the world I want to live in, where just, fucking random people can just form roadblocks and totally fuck my day up and then accuse me of being ICE because I got the wrong vehicle and now I got a mob of people screaming at me and putting my life in danger. That's the kind of city I want to live in. Thank God. God bless the wonderful leftist community of Minnesota. What would we do without them? I bet you the people that hate, I bet you right now, if this city, it'd be sad if this is not the case, because that tells me this city is gone. If the population that actually are putting up with this every day are not fed up with these fucking lunatics by now, and just want them out of their city and just to be done with their bullshit, then yeah, Minnesota is truly lost. That means all the good people are gone. All the rational, normal people are left. And the only thing left there are either people scared of the mob or the mob itself. And of course, illegals, like the Somalis.
Yeah, he's just our Somalian Uber driver, man.
So here they are. They got a confirmed ICE license plate because they're keeping their own database on license plates. And a lot of innocent people are getting their license plate listed as being confirmed ICE. And this is a Somalian Uber driver. And watch how nice he is to him. As soon as he realizes he's a Somalian, he's like, oh, I have to treat you like you're like I don't know, like a special class or something. I got to be super nice and kind to you.
Hey, how's it going?
Like he's talking to children. That's what it's like. As soon as he realizes it's a Somali, it's like, oh, I got to talk to you like you're a 7-year-old.
You said his license plates are ICE?
Doing good, yeah. I was just saying, it looks like in our system, your plates came up as an ICE plate. That doesn't seem like it's the case, but I just wanted to come through and see what was up and talk to you, see how you were doing. Okay, I figured, yeah.
I mean, he's clearly Somalian.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, well, glad to hear it. What's your name? Ali? Ali, nice.
How long have you guys been out here today? Are we good though?
Yeah, we're good.
I do want to ask, what's the system you guys are using out here? I mean, because it's obvious that was wrong, right? I mean, the guy was just a Somali Uber driver, not ICE.
Well, the thing is, ICE, they're renting a lot of cars, but yeah, we'll take this off the list. Yeah. Who y'all with?
We're honestly just from California, just independent photojournalists. Named,
okay, do y'all have like a Twitter or something?
Jorge Ventura.
Jorge
Ventura.
All right, cool. Thank you.
How long has this been set up, man? Like, the images of this are going viral online. That's what we came. I don't know if you know if they're going viral. But.
Yeah, no, I heard that. People are saying that, and a lot of the neighbors support what we're doing. So happy to be here.
Has local law enforcement said anything?
Not that we know of, no. But look, I gotta get.
Well, they're probably on the side of the mob of crazy leftists. I would say not all of them personally, but the city, the mayor, they're with the fucking crazies doing this shit. So the police are going to stand down. It's fucking insane, bro.
Back to this.
Why do we put up with this shit in this country, man? I don't understand why we put up with this for one fucking second.
Interview, all right?
It's crazy, dude. Minnesota, you fucking weirdos, bro. Nick Shirley did a ride along with ICE in Chicago. They came across a vehicle with 5 illegals from Russia. Magically, at this point, a mob of Democrat protesters show and run to impede ICE detaining the Russians. They all got away. That's
right here, they have a
interesting.
Russian man that they found this morning as they're going out. I would not think the first people we were going to find today was going to be a Russian.
You know what? They come in all colors.
Vladimir's going to go take him back. And while we were waiting, other ICE agents had identified a vehicle with 5 illegal migrants, and watch what happened when they go to try and make the arrest.
All right, go ahead. We'll take it down. Come on, let's take it down.
Oh, this is old. Yeah, this is old. Someone repurposed. I remember this. This is from like the summer. But yeah, the mob fucking basically helped them escape.
Like all the protesters showed up.
Yeah, this was like the early days of the probably Signal Group or whatever. But yeah, I remember this. We reacted to this when it happened. I fall for shit sometimes. People repurpose old shit. I think it's new.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez. All the people jumped out of the car. They all started running. 5 different people, 5 different ways. They didn't catch any of them, and they're running right now. We didn't get the guys, but we did get their car keys.
Yes, sir.
And how often does that happen when you guys hop out on somebody?
Yeah, I kind of fucked up there. And then the mob came right at the right time. Insanity, dude. But yeah, they're just peaceful people, just protesting, and the ICE shows up and just shoots them for no reason. Holy crap, President Trump just said something is about to come out about the 2020 election fraud in Fulton County, Georgia, after the FBI raid and ballot seizure. He wants Republicans to nationalize the elections. The fraud is that bad. I wouldn't be 100% against it. You know, if every state was behaving in a good faith way, yeah. But, like, it would make sense to have uniformed rules and that every state has to follow. And to really just ramp up the election security. And, like, we can't trust certain states to do it. Certain states, you know, the certain places where you know their incentive is not to fix what's going on. It's to keep status quo as is so they stay in power. So, yeah, I mean, shit, however we do it, I'm down.
Sort of nationalize the voting. And we have states that are so crooked and they're counting votes. We have states that I won that show I didn't win. Now, you're going to see something in Georgia where they were able to get with a court order the ballots. You're going to see some interesting things come out. But, you know, like the 2020 election, I won that election by so much. Everybody does it. They put a woman in jail, Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dan is a joke, but I'm more interested in hearing what Trump says here.
Put a woman in jail, a wonderful woman, 72 years old, had cancer, because she was a voting inspector. She was in charge of a voting area, and she saw boxes of votes come in. So she went over to check it. And they put her in jail for voter manipulation. And
Trump sounds so terrible, too. That's another thing with this clip. I don't know. Trump, look, Trump forever, I used to hear he would sleep in 3-hour windows. So he sleeps twice a day, 3 hours apiece. You probably got to sleep some more, Trump. Okay? Because your brain at this point is very important. You need to protect it. And one of the best ways to protect your brain, Mr. President, is to get enough fucking sleep. Okay? Maybe that shit worked in your 60s. You need to get more sleep. Whatever's going on, it's not good.
She's still in jail. And they better let her out fast. And they're suffering a big price, Colorado. They have this woman in jail who's 71 years old and probably has cancer. She's sick. And they put her in because she challenged somebody that was dumping ballots into a box, okay? And they didn't put them in jail. This was during Biden's term.
It sounds like Trump with like a runny nose. And he's like tired and sick.
The worst president in history. And we had some bad ones. I mean, look, Barack Hussein Obama, I call him the Great Divider. Right. People couldn't stand him. You mentioned his name, they go crazy. They start booing the hell out of him. We had some really bad ones. I mean, Jimmy Carter wasn't exactly the greatest.
Sounds like he might be on some NyQuil or something.
Jimmy Carter didn't exactly have the hit on Venezuela that I had. Remember his...
He's been drinking that lean. You've been drinking that lean, Trump? Bro, well, we knew this was going to happen. He's old. And this is what happens. Holy crap. And this is pretty cool. In jaw-dropping rebuke of Gavin Newsom, the Los Angeles Police Department is refusing to enforce the state's new ban on ICE agents wearing masks to protect from doxing. So essentially, they wanted the LA Police Department to go around policing ICE and forcing ICE to take their masks off. You could see how that could easily become a fucking huge problem, and they're refusing to do it.
The reality of one armed agency approaching another armed agency to create conflict over something that would be a misdemeanor at best or an infraction, it doesn't make any sense.
Chief McDonnell went on to say the state's federal mask ban is not a good public policy decision, adding in his opinion it was not well thought out due to the possibility of conflict between law enforcement agencies.
But that's probably what they wanted to happen, dude. This is what they want. They want conflict. They want ICE and fucking LAPD to get into a shootout. Whatever, dude. They want to cause as much fucking mayhem as possible so they can politically grift off it.
The ban on face coverings, known as the No Secret Police Act, was introduced following immigration raids across Southern California that began last summer. The law went into effect on January 1st, but is not being enforced because the Department of Justice is currently challenging it in court. So far, the judge presiding over that case has indicated that the federal government has a strong argument that this could be discrimination against federal agents, since some California state law enforcement is exempt.
The reality of
Did you hear that? So it's only ICE. Like California law enforcement can still mask up, but not ICE. Because when they do it, they're the Gestapo. When we do it, well, it's a public safety issue. Man, I just can't believe how they get away with this shit. I can't believe it, bro. Jesse Ventura threatens Trump. He's messing with Jesse, the body now. We got some plans that I haven't said will happen. He may be seeing me face to face. Bro, I don't think you're allowed to threaten the president of the United States like that, Jesse. Maybe he's in Mexico. He feels safe. I don't know.
My advice to him, Tim Walz has had it tough. During both his...
Oh, poor guy. Oh, poor Timmy Walty. Oh, I feel so bad for him.
His terms, he had the pandemic to deal with, and now he's got this to deal with. My position is hold tight, stand tough, and don't give this guy nothing. Because Donald Trump views any concession as a victory for him. And he needs to learn something, this draft-dodging coward, that Minnesota's not going to back down from him. He picked the wrong state to mess with because he's messing with Jesse the Body now.
He's trying to rile up people in Minnesota. He's trying to pull a little WWE promo to get all the Minnesotans like hyped up and ready to go die fighting ICE. Like, what is he doing, dude? You're a retard, dude. There was a point where you weren't that bad, but that was a long time ago. Now you're completely retarded.
And we got some plans that I haven't said will happen yet, but he may be seeing me face to face.
When I see him now, like he looks, I used to work with this guy from Minnesota, and he looks like now old. This old version of Jesse looks exactly like the guy I worked with, who is one of those typical guys that's like really on the surface. He comes across as like a gentle, sweet guy. But then behind the scenes, he's manipulating and scheming like a fucking madman.
My advice to him, Tim Walz has had it tough during both his terms.
Yeah, Tim Walz has had it tough. How about the citizens? I think they've had it tough, being replaced by a whole illegal population. Let's have a little fun. We got 4 minutes of ICE whooping some ass here in Portland. Portland been getting a little crazy. Tommy Boy, you know, we covered him in Portland when he first rose to fame. He's been getting jumped quite a bit. It's been pretty rough for Tommy Boy. There's a guy in a wheelchair, like an elderly veteran in a wheelchair that got shoved and pushed down by some Antifa guy. He broke a couple ribs. When I watch the video, it's hard to tell. It looks like the guy's got like an electric scooter and he's like pedal to the metal at the Antifa guy, and it's Portland is nuts, man. I figured at some point things would calm down in Portland. But I guess it just never calms down in Portland. It's just every day, bro. Every day in Portland. Yeah, you know, I got to pull up the right music for this, guys. You know, this calls for the right music. And it takes a second because I didn't have my my playlist open. But yeah, here we go. Let's watch ICE in Portland. They love the flashbangs now. A lot of flashbangs. Oh, I was hoping to explode in time. That would have been so good. Oh, we need some more flashbangs. More flashes. Oh. It's beautiful. Thank you, LFA. Thank you, LFA. Sorry, I couldn't get to the sound fast enough there. Thank you for the 20, brother. Bro, this is total French Revolution vibes. Yes, I said it again. Uh-oh. More flashbangs? We need to arrest more people. We need to... These guys... They're not scared. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Yay! Bro! What was... Is that a flashbang? That's gnarly. That, I mean... That looks like that could take somebody's head off. Jesus. I guess that's a flashbang, bro. Dude. That's kind of insane, flashbangs being that close. Like that, who went off right by the guy's head?
The flashbang. Let's back up a little bit. Let's back up just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Bro, sometimes it gets crazy out here at this Portland building, man. But the flashbangs are new. But look, the mob is still there, man. The mob has no fear anymore. They really don't. They just, I mean, when they know the city backs them, it's almost like they want to get hurt by ICE because then they can like sue the federal government and then probably win an easy lawsuit if you get some fucking woke judge. Crazy. Anyway, guys, been fun. Hope you enjoyed the show. I should be back tomorrow night if all goes well. Hopefully, that's the plan. Much love. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, El Jefe, again for the very generous 20. Thank you, brother. Links are in the description if you want to go support and become a member on Patreon. Or become a member on YouTube, or join the Discord and hang out and get notifications. And what else is there? My second channel. Go follow me there. And smash the thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's been a fun one. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you back here tomorrow around 9 Central for another episode of The Pink Trip Show. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Much love.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.